It's Brittany Bitch, and we're back. Welcome to Midnight Release, the Michelin star of the entertainment industry, where we give our thoughts, scores, and give news on all the hottest movies, video games, and shows. Please take a seat and enjoy the show.
Okay, and we're coming right back at you, back-to-back, episode 2 of Rings of Power. I can see this episode being a little bit shorter than the last one, because we talked so much. That was about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe. Yeah. But, you know, I could see this going an hour as well, but we'll see. Man, I have some thoughts about this one. And
yeah, the more I think about it, so before we talk, or before we hit record, we talked a little bit about it, and after discussing it very briefly, yeah, this is a pretty rough episode all around.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's rough. Let's not go that far. It's just not. Or do you think it's rough? The more you're looking,
I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, man, why'd they do that? Why'd they do that? And maybe I'm just
being pessimistic right now.
A little bit.
I wouldn't say it was rough. It was just average.
Well, it was very average. Yeah. Yes,
it just wasn't as what we'd want.
I mean, the acting was all on point. It was just, it's the writing, like you discussed last episode.
Yeah.
The writing in this was very poor.
Well, before we,
in my eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
before we get into our initial reactions,
yes.
Tell the people what happened before we started filming.
Before we started filming. Oh crap! What are you talking about?
Well, just like as soon as we got on the call, and we just. So what we do is we get on the call, and we don't say anything to each other. All we say is what we think the score is, and then we find a middle ground, basically. So tell them.
So initially I said it was in the A, right off the bat. And then yours obviously was a little bit lower, or quite a bit lower.
Yeah.
And the initial was me. It was all just fanboyish, We're talking about Lord of the Rings. And like I said too, I've only watched this episode once, where I like to watch it a couple times.
Yeah.
Because every time I watch something, I have to, for the first time, I have to sit and watch. I have to enjoy it. I take everything in. I don't think about anything except that. Where my second time is usually critiquing things and writing things down.
Okay.
And since we're doing episodes back to back, I didn't have enough time to watch both. But after discussing it very briefly with you, my score has dropped quite a bit.
Yes. And
so
it was just you looking through. Well, you've seen it once, but you just went through all the scenes. And as you're going through the scenes, you're like,
"Yep,
maybe not." Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So my initial reaction without the spoils.
Yep.
It was not like I didn't come out of it going like terrible, but I did come out of it going, if every episode, this was my initial thought, if every episode continues like this, I will not be pleased enough.
Yeah.
I'm pleased. I'll be pleased just because of Lord of the Rings, and I get to learn about Elrond and Galadriel and see these things come to fruition. But I will not be pleased enough. Is basically what I'm saying. That was my thoughts, man. What'd you think?
No, same.
Same.
I mean, the initial, just thinking about it, I thought the same thing. But then I go back to it and of my initial feeling towards it, and I'm like, there's no way on earth it's gonna be this, this average moving forward. Because now we're finally
you don't think it'll keep going like this? You're saying?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so at all.
Okay.
Because now they got a couple episodes in, maybe a few more, just to get the groundwork of the characters.
Yeah.
But. So no,
yeah.
I was surprised how much this episode was just average, though.
Yes.
But,
and for me, it all stems back to too much unneeded action for me in this episode. It was not good for me.
Yeah.
And I know I did a whole rant about the troll in the last episode, and that's not playing a part in this one. This is I could bring up and we will bring up all these plot points that I want to bring up, where it's just spend your time on the episode better. Have some better writing.
Yeah.
Tell the story. Let the characters grow. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all. I think that's all I gotta say right now before we get our scores. No. Right, you two? You're done?
Yeah. No, let's just get into it.
Okay. So again, no stars for this episode. For we will give it for the season. Our score is gonna be C+ as an episode. Pretty low, I know. We went from was it A- last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, A- down to C+.
Or B+.
Oh, B+. Yeah.
I gave it an A-. You gave it a B+.
Yeah, so we gave it a full letter grade lower.
And we're way off with Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
This is the first time.
Yeah, we are way off, which we'll get to that right after this. After I give my description. C+. And our critical description was a very average episode of high quality TV. No scene stands out from the rest.
Nope,
with the first episode, really. There was like 4 scenes that, for me, maybe 3 scenes that were all really good. This episode, I don't think there's one where I was like, wow. Like, everything was good, but nothing was great. And
there might be a couple scenes that I thought was really good.
But you are much more playful at heart with these things than me.
Yes.
Like, I feel like you're gonna like a scene that I don't like at all, that I hate.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
I want scenes that I can think of it has to do with lore, you know.
Okay.
And that's what I like, and I think that's what you're feeding off of.
Okay.
So those are the couple scenes. Anyway.
I mean, there's better things than other scenes, but nothing was great, and nothing was.
Yeah.
There was some bad, but yeah.
There was bad.
Okay. Yeah, that's our scores, and now let's spoil this. Okay. So let's get straight into the news, and you can mention this since you started bringing it up.
Oh, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a nice little 86, which
3% higher than the last episode.
Yeah. How is that even possible? Not gonna lie. After thinking about it.
Yeah, so they give it 86, and if you kind of give our score a number, it's gonna be closer to what?
70.
Really low 70s, high 60s. No more low 70s. Yeah. Yeah. So it's higher than the last episode, which is shocking. Yep. And while I was on Rotten Tomatoes, I saw some critical scores, critical quotes that I want to read to you and get your thoughts on. But I also saw, which I think I already saw this before, like a year ago, but I forgot about it. But now I'm re-seeing it. So, in the cast, I saw that Isildur is casted and will be in the show. So, we made the guess, I think off air, that the show will end with Isildur not throwing the ring in the Mount Doom, right? Which, it's so cool that we're going to be able to see Isildur. Like, that gets me so hyped. That we're in that time frame of when Isildur was living.
Yep.
And, I mean, if memory serves me right, we've got to see some large human colonizations, right?
Yeah.
Because he was from Gondor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So is what's that city called?
Minas Tirith.
I hope we see that, and I hope it's
Oh, I know, May.
thriving and pompous or whatever.
I want to. What's that one city called? Osgiliath. The city that's in ruins. The
one that's like a mile.
Borders the river.
Yeah, that one's good.
I want to see that.
Yeah, because all we see it is destroyed. That's all we see.
And I'm assuming at this point it's a thriving society, but I don't know.
I do think it's interesting, just layout perspective, that it's literally just a large grass field in between the two.
Yeah.
There's like nothing in between.
Ooh.
But
that scene in Lord of the Rings.
Oh my gosh.
Riding the horses.
Yeah. Like, that is such a good example of a scene that is just well written and well taken care of.
Yep.
Like, I just don't see any scene in this show being able to reach something like that.
And you don't need a lot to do it either.
You just it just needs to be right. You just put the effort and do it.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do the Rotten Tomatoes critics.
Yep.
I'll give a score. I'll say one and then you give me your thoughts. Okay. An emphasis on goodness and kindness has always been one of the Lord of the Rings' greatest strengths, and the series understands that here. Hopefully the rest of the season will too.
mean, this episode definitely has that
Yeah.
with the kindness and, specifically the whole dwarf,
Yep.
scene between Eldron and Durin,
Uh-huh.
But we can get to that later.
Yes. Well, yeah. And so when I started watching Game of Thrones this year, or whatever.
Last year, yeah.
When I watched it, the first thing I told our mother, like by season 6, was like, the reason why I think Lord of the Rings is slightly better than Game of Thrones is because of the righteous triumph in it. That was the word I used, and I feel and I see it coming through here in this quote as well. Like, that's really what separates it from a lot of things, is the righteous triumph in a glorious, epic way. Like, they do it so well. And, yeah, that's just what set it apart. So, when people said that this show would be like Game of Thrones, getting back to that, people said that they would try to emulate Game of Thrones and be kind of more human in it.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that, and it's not coming to fruition either. So that's
not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all, no.
Okay, second quote. The first 2 episodes of the costliest series ever are a visual feast, plagued by thin characterization and pokey pacing. Put breathless excitement and vibrant flesh and blood on the wish list for the final 6 parts, and we just may have something here. What do you think about that?
Visually, yes, it looks amazing.
Yep.
But plagued by thin
Visual
characters.
feast, I like that.
I mean, I like that. The pokey pacing, which this episode completely is on point with that.
Uh-huh.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I felt no really flow in this at all.
Nope. Let me think. So I agree with 90% of this quote. Visual feast. I do think it's plagued by thin characterization and pokey pacing as well.
Yeah.
Let me think. Breathless. Okay, if you put breathless excitement and vibrant flesh and blood on the wish list, we may have something here. This is the part. So maybe I agree with half of this. I don't agree with that. I think what he just said, plagued by thin characterization and pokey pacing, that is what you need to fix.
Yeah.
Adding breathless excitement and vibrant flesh and blood is not what makes it better.
No.
To me, that's just going to make it worse, because you're choosing to put the action in there instead of fixing the core problems that make things good, that make things bad and good. So yeah, I totally disagree with that. That's not going to make it better for me.
Nope.
You could mention anything that's good, any classic film or show. It's not the breathless excitement and vibrant blood that makes it good. It's the other things. It's the important things.
Yep.
It's the writing. It's the character development. It's the arc of the story, how it's going. So.
And the blood and the fighting and all that is just a nice little cherry on top. You know?
Yeah.
But if you don't have a beautiful sundae, where's the cherry gonna go?
Up your butt.
It's just a cherry.
Okay, the last one is a visually spectacular series with ambition and scale. You can see every dollar they spent in its impressive high-end production. So that one's pretty similar to the first one. Actually, no, the first one's
I agree with that. I agree. You can see the money spent in it.
Yeah, very ambitious. I'm surprised how many overarching shots they got of cities and
so many.
The attention to detail in every shot in terms of the background, what's going on. I'm impressed. Yeah. And my thought was, it doesn't mean it's great. It just is impressive.
No, it's very impressive. Oh heck yeah! Specifically when they go into the dwarf, the dwarf city. I was seriously impressed as crap going into seeing that. It was awesome.
But don't you agree with what I said? It doesn't mean it's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's just impressive.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's go into the plot real quick. Some more thoughts going through here.
Yeah.
What do you think about the intro? Just start off with that.
What was the intro?
No, the theme song and intro.
Oh, I hated it. Yes, thank you.
You did not like it?
This is nothing. No, like I said, dude. I feel like I'm going to be comparing a lot to Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
And Game of Thrones murders it. I did not like the Lord of the Rings one at all.
Interesting.
Like, at all.
Really?
I might have to watch it again, yes, but I did not.
Wait, which Game of
I'll go
Thrones or
back
House
to
of the Dragon?
Well, it's the same. Oh, I mean, I like both of them. Just the music, though.
Oh, you're talking about the music in this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the music is
No.
lacking, but I think the visuals is very good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love
guess
how the
you're talking about
rocks
both
make like the
aspects.
rings,
Yeah, yeah.
but then it switches to like the trees. It's pretty
Trees,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, but I do agree. The song is not as. But the thing is, though, it does match the world.
100%. Yes.
Yeah,
But
Game
I'm
of
not balling
Thrones.
out. I'm
the-
not balling out to Lord of the Rings.
No,
I'm
you-
balling out to freaking Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're right. But like the
Or
Game of
House of the
Thrones
Dragon.
song and House of the Dragon, same song. It does
Yeah.
match that world very well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But I guess they could have had a. I guess. Yeah, it matches the world. It could have been a more exciting song though, as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And did you ever notice any slight hues or tones of Lord of the Rings songs in the background?
A little bit.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
really good. Whenever I heard
Just
it,
a tad. Just
yeah.
a tad.
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, that's it. That's about it for the intro.
Yeah. Yeah,
and-
this
Yeah, go on.
I'm trying to think. Oh no, just this episode might be pretty short. I mean, there's not really much that I, besides complaining about, like it had a lot more of the guy that fell from the comet,
Yep.
the asteroid, whatever. This episode had quite a bit of him in it. He doesn't really speak. He's obviously trying to draw stuff, right? Did you get anything out of the drawings or the symbols or anything?
No.
See, me either. I didn't get anything out of that, and I was kind of mad at this episode for not really pushing him forward just a tad. It was just him and the oh my gosh, the hard feet, whatever they're called.
Harfoot. Yeah.
Hardfoot. It's just them, and that whole storyline was dragged on to me.
Yeah.
Now
I
that I'm
agree.
thinking about it,
Yeah.
what was the whole point of that?
There was nothing learned really.
No,
I mean, I feel
I
like
felt like there
wa-
wasn't, unless
well,
I'm missing something.
Well, there was
but-
two things we could glean. The first, from what you said in the last episode, he's definitely a wizard, right?
You think he is?
Oh, he's got to be, dude.
Okay, so I don't know. That was one
He's
of my.
got the I know he didn't come with those clothes, but they're making him
Yeah.
look like it. He's got the
Yeah.
long hair. He has
Yep,
the
yep.
gray long coat
Oh, he
on.
talks to the.
He talks to the
fireflies.
yeah, and his fingers
Yep, yep.
look just like Gandalf talking to the moth, dude. As soon as he was doing it, I was like, "Oh, that's Gandalf with the moth." Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
And then he controls the trees and like the environment like a wizard can.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I don't know why I
obvious to
didn't
me
put
he's a
those.
wizard.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. And with what you're saying, if wizards come from stars, that's legit. That's like that's really cool.
That's legit.
Yeah, so we learned that. And then we also learned that he can communicate. Or not communicate. Oh, we learned he doesn't know anything about himself. That's really big.
Yeah, yeah,
He forgets what his name is and stuff. But he does know how to get home, which is through the tessellation that he makes with the fireflies. So now we
Yeah.
have... So nothing else was learned much. That could have been all done in one scene. But they... what am I
Dragged
thinking?
it on way too
Yeah, they
long.
dragged it on. And then... so now we have something to go on for next episode. Now the girl knows how to get him home, in a way, through those stars.
yeah. Through
That's it.
the constellation. Yeah,
That is it, man.
yeah.
But then we also saw the dad's foot break. I don't care.
Yeah. What was the point of that?
I just don't
Seriously.
care. I mean,
I don't.
it's gonna be like a stressor for them moving. He can't move. I don't know. It's
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
Nope. I didn't find any of that storyline good.
Yeah. So I guess what was your high point of the episode then? Like, because you thought this was an A. So when you thought about an A, what scene did you think like, oh, that's good, that's an A?
So it has to go back with Elrond and talking about the blacksmiths and what's that blacksmith called? Starts with the C, the high.
Celebrum. Wait.
Celebrimdor. Or
Yeah,
something?
Celebrimdor. There you go. I think you're right.
Or something. But that whole sequence, talking about him and talking
Celebrimbor.
about the Cimmerillion stones, the jewels, and talking about this what are they going to build? They're going to build a huge forge.
Yeah.
The biggest that's ever been seen. That stuff, because to me, that's getting right on the lines of. So, what do you think the forge is for?
It's for the rings, man.
You think it's for the
Oh,
rings?
definitely.
See,
You don't?
Maybe no, I don't know that. I don't know that. But the first thing that came to my mind was Isildur's sword.
Oh.
Okay. The sword that cut off his hand, took out Sauron.
Oh.
What is that dang sword called? The one that Aragorn had. They reforged it.
Isildur's Bane. I don't know. What is his name?
And
Look it up. I need to know.
I know.
My keyboard's too clicky. I don't want to click.
So when we first heard about the forge, Anduril.
I would never
guess that. It's also called the Flame of the West was the sword which was reforged, from the shards of Narsil in Rivendell. So that was honestly the first thought my wife and I had was like, oh crap, that's the sword. That's gonna be a sword. That's the forge.
I would bet my left nut
I'm not
that it's the rings.
With you. No, I get it.
Okay. I feel like because the rings are going to be a huge thing in the story that moves everything along. So I think this first season they're going to build them, give them out. Sauron gets his hands on it, and now they just doom themselves by giving him.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, my first thought was, it's the dang sword.
Okay.
Because that sword is so important to the story So I'm very excited about that. That whole lore with the forging and I love that crap.
I want to listen. That is for me. That's easily the high point of this episode.
Yep.
Is that I think that's really good.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? I want to listen to the beginning of Lord of the Rings again and see.
Yeah, me too.
How do they describe the rings being given? Is it the elves gave the rings? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
Because if so, I would bet all my money that it's them building the rings of power. Because he wants to build something of actual importance, and and he said something about power as well. I just don't know why he would want to craft a sword for the heir of Gondor. I mean, the King of Men, But I guess he wants. I guess he wants to
rule them all, baby.
No, he wants to give men the power to hold Middle Earth while they're gone, right? As well.
Yeah.
So, okay. I guess I could see it both ways. Was then from that, in that same storyline, Elrond goes to Khazad-dûm in the mines
to get help. Yep, to get help from the dwarves
to build it, to build the forge.
And this is one of the lowlights of the episode.
Okay, interesting. Go on.
This is exactly what I felt. This felt like what they're trying to do with Marvel. Make it super cheesy, make it nice, whimsical, fun. No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
With the whole, oh my gosh, smashing of the rocks as the competition or whatever. Uh-huh. Durin being mad at Elrond because he hasn't been around for decades. Like, come on. Don't make this childish. You're freaking Durin. You're a Prince of Durin in this. And I'm not going to lie, when we first saw the city, my wife and I were like, oh crap, that looks amazing. I wouldn't mind living there, Yeah. So it just felt very cheesy to me. And it just pushed it a little too. Because to me, it was such a huge part of the story going from, hey, we're going to build this forge, we need help. And then, okay, let's have this little spat with my best friend and let me break a few rocks. I didn't like it at all. And then the wife, I thought the wife was an awesome actress, I thought. She did beautifully as Durin's wife and stuff. But it was just over.
She had that motherly... Yeah, it was good.
It was just too much.
Okay. I don't know why. I mean, I totally see what you're saying. I actually don't mind Durin being mad at Elrond for those things. It kind of made me laugh, but I see what you're saying.
No, I get it. Yeah.
It did. I kind of enjoyed it for the fact of, like, they showed the difference between humans and elves. Like, to him, 20 years was nothing. So, like, it did show kind of like
that was cool.
Why maybe there is some strife between elves and the other,
Yeah.
Like that's one thing. Like Elrond's a good guy. He's not trying to be high and mighty in his life, but just simply by being an elf, these issues arise.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't ever come see me, and I just want to come see me for that.
Yeah.
But him wanting to ban him from all dwarf areas for that's
Stubborn.
the area that kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
Like, I get why he's mad. It's funny. But him wanting to go that far for it is stupid. Also, the unneeded action sequence of breaking rocks. I thought that was stupid as well.
Yep.
Let's break these huge rocks in one
That's
swing,
stupid.
just constantly breaking these humongous rocks.
Yeah.
Stupid, unneeded action. Like, no way could Legolas break a rock like that, right?
No, not like
In Lord of the Rings, there's no way he'd just break a like.
No.
They're making them feel more like superheroes in their strength. Same thing with The Hobbit, and that's what that scene kind of bugged me that way. And it was like, how can we get a little bit of action in this? Episode, like right here, let's have them break rocks. I think it would have been so good. This simple change, it could have been so good if it was a freaking drinking game, and all the dwarves are sitting around and they're just talking and drinking.
Yeah.
Get rid of the action. Get rid of the stupid crap. I think it was a drinking game as the thing, the rite of passage or whatever. I think that would have been hilarious and good, and then a callback to Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's what I was hoping when they mentioned it and like talk about the competition. But then they mentioned the rocks, and I was like, okay. And then I saw it, and it was stupider as I saw it. But right, wouldn't that have been better? Just like a drinking game.
Yeah,
it's so good
because it'd take a call back to Lord of the Rings with Gimli and Legolas. Yeah. And Legolas barely feeling anything. And
that one's so good. Missed opportunity, guys.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it.
Visually, that dang Khazad-dûm was so beautifully.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the tree. Okay, I had a question about the tree.
Yeah.
Because they actually had a sprout, right, of the light tree.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
So is that? Do you think that's going to play in anything?
Wait, I don't think it was a sprout
forward?
of the light tree, was it?
I don't know. I guess that's what I put it into.
I thought it was the tree from Rivendell or whatever.
Okay.
The
Then maybe right. I just remember them saying they
Maybe
didn't
I'm
think it was
wrong.
going to grow because there's no light. It's darkness, So I figured, I guess I just assumed it was the light tree, but.
I assumed it was a tree from like a elf location.
Gotcha.
Like where Elrond's from or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then we got the whole Galadriel scenes.
Oh, shoot me in the face. Shoot me in the face.
These were the scenes that ruined the episode. Like, there was a lot of things that were good. Like, so nothing with that Galadriel did in this episode was good. It was always boring. And it was...
So boring.
Nothing was good about it.
The only thing that I loved was the fact that the guy is like, oh yeah, there's orcs around,
Yes. That was the
Just
only
tying
thing
that.
benefited
That's
from
what
this
you
whole entire... Yeah, exactly.
You didn't even see the sea serpent at all.
No.
You saw his back. He was destroying things. Okay.
I just...
She got out quick and easy.
Let me give you my... Okay, glad saved. Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I wrote during the episode. So, for those who know, I watch it, I pause it, I write down the plot points, and I write my thoughts as well during my viewing. So, this is what I wrote during it. So, when Galadriel... So, this is after... I thought the worm scene was stupid, unneeded action just to make it feel action-worthy or whatever. Why couldn't it just been him on the boat? And then she gets picked up. Okay. Anyways. So, okay, then she falls into the water, and then he saves her, right? I said, a well-written story is much more powerful than any action sequence. And that's kind of the difference between, like, on an average of scale, that's the difference between movies and then movies that come from books. Or, shows as well.
Yeah.
Get rid of both action sequences with Galadriel. Have her get just picked up on the boat, and then have what's his name, Halrond. Have Halrond tell a story that shows his character, and is interesting, and is acted very well, and wrote well. If they just had a discussion on the boat, that would have been so good. But instead, they use the action sequences to show Halloran's character, which was he screwed over the two people, he screwed over his mates to save himself, but then he saves Galadriel. So they use those to show his character, when one perfectly worded story that he tells in earnest for like 5 minutes talking in like a scene that feels very natural and, you know, open and like them just discussing, that would have done wonders for this episode. But they chose to go that route, and it makes me angry.
Yeah.
And like during these moments is when I was like, there's no way, I don't think this is gonna be a B. I think this is gonna have to be a high C. I think it's losing it. And yeah, that was my thought. What do you think?
No, I agree. It was just wasted airtime in my eyes.
Yep.
There was none of the characters even mattered. Nothing mattered.
Yeah. Because they all just died.
They all just died anyway.
Yeah. And they're like trying to talk to her, like, "Are you an elf? What are you?" And then they just die.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all you got then?
Yeah. For that, no, it was just. I got nothing, dude. I was.
Well, I'm glad you agree with me on that.
I was very disappointed in it. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because I was very hyped with her in the first episode, because she literally jumped off a boat, and how far is she going to swim? Like, I wanted to know what the crap was happening, and then that crap.
I forgot to bring that up in the last episode. That seems like a dumb move on her part.
Yeah,
I'm just going to swim a whole ocean length to get back. Okay.
Yeah.
Things like that, man, they don't sit well with me.
I agree with you.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, then we got... Okay, we already talked the Stranger storyline. We talked about Galadriel. We talked about Elrond. Now, the last one is the elves and the goblins.
So, this was cool. The goblin looked cool as crap.
Yeah.
So, this is my thing. This was my take on it. So, is the goblin looking for the sword?
Yes.
Is that what he's going for?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
But... that's what I'm assuming. But it then goes back into the story of what we were talking about in the first season, or the first episode, was the boy. Yeah. Is this boy going to play a bigger part in this whole thing? Because he's connected
to the sword.
Right? Because then his blood did something.
Yeah. It was going towards. Yeah, I was attracted to the sword.
Yeah.
Well, here's my issue. My thought is, if they were solely looking for the sword, why would they destroy Halrond?
I don't know. Yeah.
So that's the only thing. Like, after I was like, okay, it seems like they're going for the sword because they showed up right in his house where the sword is. But why would they go destroy that city first?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm confused. And I hope they actually answer that in some way.
Yeah.
Because it feels like they're going for the sword, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I still don't know what I feel about what's his name? The elf.
Oh yeah.
He just doesn't have much character to himself, honestly. He's pretty just
Arondir.
I like you. His whole
Arondir.
Yeah. Arondir, yeah. His whole character seems to be based around her right now. Like, just I love you. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just not
protector.
It's not giving me much for him.
No.
And he also was taken by the goblins, which I'm assuming that's going to be a stupid non-factor. Where the next episode he's going to be gone. Actually, I could be wrong with that.
Yeah. No.
I guess he could be taken by goblins and just like stuck there, and they have to go save him. Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess if
why
that's
why
the
would
case,
they need to save him? What is his?
No, the elves will go save him.
Oh, the elves. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Because they said, remember when we went looking for her, and he's like, they're probably out looking for me right now. You know.
I gotcha. Yeah. You're right.
So there's two results that could come from this. If he's literally taken, and next episode he just got out of it and he's fine, how stupid! What a stupid choice. If he's like stuck there for episodes and they have to go save him, okay, I like it. But if they choose that first path, I'll be so disappointed.
Yeah,
you can't just have something like that come up and then not have it be mean nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that would happen, but if it does happen that way, I'll be mad.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all of it for that storyline, right?
Oh yeah, for the whole. Isn't that the whole episode at that point?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wait. I want to bring up the fight. Did you like the
okay.
fight with the goblin?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I thought the goblin looked cool as crap. Like, it seemed very different. I don't know if it was actually a goblin, but
I feel on edge about it. I want to rewatch it.
yeah, I
Okay.
need to rewatch it to get a full.
I wanna start next episode with that because my initial reaction to it was I did not like it.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
It's just too outlandish, man. Just give me a good sword. Just hit some swords and this is a normal sword fight. It didn't feel that way, right? The goblin felt so strong, right? He like threw the boy in the table, right?
Oh yeah.
Like really strong. Like what is that?
Yeah.
But I guess the goblin was kind of bigger. I want to rewatch it before I give it a final opinion on that fight, but
Yeah.
my initial reaction was I don't like it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that episode, man.
Yeah.
In terms of just going over the plot points and what's going on here.
Who was the person on the ship? That's what it was.
Are we supposed to
The
know that?
ship that. No, I don't know. I
don't
want to
think
know
we are.
what you think. No. It just shows
okay.
it shows the silhouette of him.
I see. No,
I have no idea.
I gave no thought to it, so
Oh, okay.
sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
I was like, they will tell me tomorrow, or next episode. That's what I thought. I also want to bring up the wizard eating the snails. That's so gross. I literally, when I imagined myself doing that, I wanted to vomit. Like, I don't know why. It really grossed me out.
That's awesome.
They did well, though. Make me feel that
Yeah.
much. But so, let's get into our ending thoughts.
Yep.
So all the action sequences were all terrible to me. There was not one I enjoyed. Sorry. And
Yes, I agree.
you agree. And
Yes.
but actually, let me take that back. I still
And
know
then
about
what
the
even-
goblin fight, though. I want to get back to you, but I don't like him.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you.
Okay, good.
It just felt like stupid fillers
Yes, yeah,
to just spice up the scene
yeah,
because the scene was already bad. But it just made the whole thing bad.
yes. Like, I'm not gonna bring that up. Okay. So actually, what you said earlier about Marvel, I wrote, Durin is the high point, and the backstory yet again continues to aid the story and like give me benefit. So I like Durin because he actually had some good character to him. I felt like I in just those few scenes, I already felt like I knew what he was. You know, he wasn't some ambiguous character. He had character to him, which is awesome. And like seeing him with his family and like the whole dinner, I liked it all. Actually, I just hated the trial. Let me see. Durin's the high point. Yeah, that's pretty much all.
No, me too. So that was my thoughts about this whole episode. The high point was the forging of the new forge and that whole backstory, and then getting Durin into the fold with the elves and the dwarves forging something, you know. And do you know why they needed the dwarves?
Yes.
Did they say specifically?
Yeah. Celebrimbor said, I need a bunch of men, like the most men anyone's ever had, but the king won't let me have it, so I need you to help me. And he said, I got people, I got dwarves.
A personnel problem.
Yeah,
okay,
gotcha. And then I'm assuming the dwarves are also good because they could help a lot in that way. You know, they're masters of that stuff.
Yep.
So yeah. So I think we agree that storyline was easily the best. I think all the three others, the wizard, Galadriel, and what's the other one? Wait, wizard, Galadriel. Oh, and the elf and the goblins. I think all three of those were bad. Basically.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like it. Maybe some more conversation would help. I don't know. But anyways, okay. And then the last one I wrote down, which will be our connection to House of the Dragon. Again, so if you don't care, you can tune out now. Will this is a very hard question, but I just want you to answer it. Will this end up better than House of the Dragon? And then I wrote, Game of Thrones seems out of the question at the moment.
So are you saying as a whole, as in the 5
Yes.
seasons?
When it's all said and done, which one's better?
Okay.
Which one do you like better?
Are you just going off House of Dragon?
It's just House of Dragon.
Oh, then yeah, I think this is gonna be better.
Okay.
I think the lore to me and Sauron and the rings.
Yeah.
I just think that's gonna, unless they completely bomb it, which I don't.
Oh wait, hold on.
see
What are you
that.
saying?
You're
Hold on.
saying you think?
Wait, you think? Yeah, I'm saying, will Rings of Power, just this show, end up better than the House of the Dragon?
Yes, I think.
Oh, you
so.
think it will? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I think you said the
just
opposite when you answered it the first time.
Oh, did I?
I think so.
Sorry, I mean that.
Okay. Yeah.
No, just the fact you could have 3 seasons of just forging the rings and just that aspect of it, and I think I'll eat that up all day.
Yeah.
And if they get that right with Sauron and the forging and the history of it and why they did it, I need to know that so bad.
Yeah. Yes. I disagree.
Okay.
I think House of Dragons. I think when it's the 5
All
seasons
said and
of
done.
Rings of Power and then the 2
Yep.
seasons of House of Dragons, I think I'll look back and I'll say I like House of Dragon better. Just because what I've already said, the things that
I'm not gonna
matter
fight you on
are
that.
already better,
Yeah.
and I don't see either one really improving that much based off what they already
Gotcha.
have. I think, yeah, they'll improve. They'll both improve probably in ways, or get
Yeah.
worse in ways. But it's just we already have 2 episodes. I don't think it's going to change much. It's the same writers, it's the same people working on it. And
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be better by the end of it. But does that mean I will enjoy one or the other? I don't know. I think
Yeah.
Rings of Power could blow my mind towards those end seasons, showing Isildur and Sauron, and seeing that whole crap. I can see that really blow my mind, and me enjoying it. But I just think House of the Dragons will be quality will end up better than Rings of Power
Gotcha.
at this point. So, but yeah, I also wrote I think Game of Thrones is out of the question at this moment.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's even a question. I think Game of Thrones is already going to be better, and it's not going to be a question of better than Which makes me want to ask you this. I don't think I've asked you this before. Do you like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings better?
That's different though, man. Can you even?
I think you can.
How though?
I don't know. Just answer it.
No, you can't though. You can't.
It's so hard.
Game of Thrones. I'm not answering that.
Okay.
I refuse because I can't. I mean, I can't. It's 12 hours compared to Game of Thrones, where they had 12 hours in one season.
Yeah.
I can't. Yep, not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna offend Mom.
Okay. Well, we know Mom's answer.
I know, and I think I'm on the same. I think
so?
I'm on the same answer.
Okay.
I just don't know. No. After this all said and done, then I'll give you an answer.
After wait, which one? Both of these shows? These new ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
after everything. After both these shows are done, then I'll give you an answer.
I don't think you will.
Nope, I won't.
It's such a hard question, dude.
It is. It is.
Here's the problem. I'm not gonna answer it. I'm just gonna say what I think.
Yep.
Lord of the Rings is like the perfect definition of an epic story.
Yep.
If you want to make an epic story, which you've seen a lot of people do it, like Dune seems to be trying to do that right now. They are the shining example of how you make an epic story come to life and be. It's just so perfect. The thing with Game of Thrones, they have shock factor. They have much better, well-written characters to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just don't know how any show or movie or book could ever outshine Game of Thrones in terms of its characters.
Yeah.
And characters are so important. There's just so many factors that make me lean towards Game of Thrones, where I'm just like, oh, all these things are so good about it. But then there's so many factors on Lord of the Rings, where I'm like, it's literally a perfect movie. For the 4 hours each movie has, they literally perfect every moment of it. Everything about it is perfect. But then Game of Thrones has these things to it where it's like, it's so attractive, you know?
Yeah.
Like all these characters are so in depth, and like their arcs are so crazy, and the things they're able to do are crazy because they're willing to kill anyone, while Lord of the Rings doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are my thoughts, but I don't have an answer either.
Nope, I
don't want to give one either, but it's hard.
Nope.
Do you have any other thoughts you had to glean?
No. I'm just excited for next week.
Yep.
Because starting next week, we're going to be going, episode 3 of both?
Yep.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, we're even now. It's awesome.
Lord of the Rings.
3,
so
4,
it's going to be. I'm going to hate doing it, but there's no way around comparing both of them, you know. Because honestly, the Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings are seriously like my top 2 favorite movies, TV, you know, just entertainment-wise. It's going to be hard to not compare both of them.
Yes, I agree.
Especially now that we're on the same...
because we're watching them both each week, it's going to be impossible for me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And I know people won't like it. Peyton complained to me about, during our Better Call Saul episodes, he got annoyed how much I brought up Breaking Bad all the time. But, you know, I took what he said and I was like, I don't think I care. I think I have to compare them because, you know, that's like the only way to... When you have 2 things in the same type of universe, you just compare them. And for us, it's like recency factors where we get to see both of them at the same time, and we're going to be doing episodes off both, so it's going to be hard not to just keep judging them.
Yep.
And really, it is a competition. They know that. You know?
Oh, yeah.
They know it. They're trying hard to win. But
100%.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. This Sunday, hopefully this Sunday night, we can get up the House of Dragon, and hopefully Thursday night we can get the Rings of Power episode. If not, it'll probably be the next day, most likely. But thanks for listening, and bless you. Have a good day.
Peace.